The cold bite of the knife brushed my throat, sharp enough to draw a bead of blood. I was tied to a chair in the center of my own living room, leather straps digging deep into my wrists and ankles. The largest of the intruders, a brute named Victor, loomed over me with a twisted grin, flanked by his equally smug friends, Emile and Marco. Their laughter echoed around me like a sick chorus. And there, lounging on the couch as if nothing were amiss, sat Sophia, my wife of 10 years. She sipped wine lazily, one heel dangling from her foot. A self-satisfied smile etched across her face. Her black dress clung to her like a second skin, but her beauty felt venomous now. Victor leaned in, his breath foul and hot. "Now you're a real cuckold," he sneered. "Watch while we have fun with her." Sophia didn't flinch. She stared directly at me, her voice laced with poison. "Watch, bastard," she said, her tone dripping with contempt. "Maybe you'll learn how to treat me." They all laughed. At me, at my pain, at the absurdity of my helplessness. But what none of them realized was that this wasn't my end. This was my beginning. They had triggered something far more dangerous than they could have anticipated. Sophia and I once had what people considered a perfect life. We met in Vienna, me, the operations manager of a luxury hotel, and her, an events coordinator with a quick wit and magnetic charm. Our chemistry had been instant, our connection deep. Within a year, we were married and starting anew in Zurich, full of promise and dreams. But as time passed, things began to shift. My demanding job kept me away, and Sophia began drifting. She needed admiration, attention, and I wasn't always there to give it. I began to sense the change. The whispered phone calls, the sudden, unexplained absences, the cold distance between us. I convinced myself it was temporary, that we'd find our way back. But denial only delayed the inevitable. 3 weeks ago, I found her phone buzzing late at night. She was in the shower. Marco's name lit up the screen. I hesitated, torn between trust and suspicion, but curiosity got the better of me. The messages were shocking. Not just from Marco, but also from Emile and Victor. They spoke of hotel rooms, shared secrets, and nights I was never meant to know about. It wasn't just infidelity. It was a hidden world she had created without me. The next day, I confronted her. I laid it all bare, screenshots, receipts, even photos from a private investigator. Sophia didn't flinch. She laughed. "You've been playing detective," she mocked. "How pathetic." I was stunned. "Sophia, how could you?" I asked, my voice cracking under the weight of betrayal. She sipped her wine cool as ever. "Because you're boring, Elias. You live in spreadsheets and meetings. Victor, Marco, Emile, they make me feel alive." I was furious, but she had already dismissed me. "And you'll never be man enough to stop me," she said with a smug smirk. 2 nights later, I came home to find them in my living room. Victor in my chair, Marco and Emile leaning back like they owned the place, and Sophia nestled comfortably between them, laughing like she had never known me. Before I could even react, Victor stood up and blocked my path. "Sit down," he said. When I refused, he drew the knife. I had no choice. I was forced into a chair, strapped down like some kind of prisoner. The humiliation was excruciating. Their taunts, their laughter, Sophia's piercing stare. It all cut deeper than the blade ever could. But even as I sat there, powerless, I was observing, memorizing every smirk, every cruel word, every second of their arrogance. I knew I would make them pay. Victor was the first. I studied him for days, learned his routine. He worked security at a nightclub and always walked alone to his car through a dim alley behind the building. One night, I waited. The bat felt heavy in my hands, hidden beneath my coat. When he saw me, he laughed. "Elias? What are you gonna do, huh?" I didn't answer. I just swung. The first blow hit his ribs. He went down gasping. But I didn't stop. Again and again. I unleashed every ounce of rage I had. By the time I left, he was barely conscious, bloodied and broken. He survived, but he would never forget. Emile and Marco faced a different kind of justice. I gathered every message, every image, every bit of video from the cameras I had hidden in our home. Emile was a family man, or so he pretended. His wife received the full package anonymously. She left him immediately, taking their kids and half his wealth. His reputation ruined, He lost his job and spiraled into financial ruin. Marco, the rising star of Zurich's art scene, had carefully crafted his public image. I leaked everything. The tabloids devoured it. Galleries backed away. Patrons canceled their commissions. His career imploded overnight. He vanished soon after, his name tainted and worthless. And Sophia? I hit her where it hurt the most. Divorce papers. Frozen accounts. Access to nothing. Her allies abandoned her as the truth came out. Her smug smile disappeared. The woman who once gloated over my misery now stood broken, pleading, forgotten. Months later, I stood on the balcony of my new place, gazing out over the city lights. Victor was still recovering from injuries that would never fully heal. Emile worked odd jobs, his life a shadow of what it had been. Marco had vanished, his art worthless. Sophia was nothing now, a ghost of the woman she had tried to be. Revenge isn't always fire and fury. Sometimes it's about letting them live with what they've done. And as I sipped my drink, I realized something. Betrayal didn't destroy me. It forged me. And now, I am unbreakable.